Hi there, this is Ms. Vance. Welcome to AP Biology. Just a quick video to clue you in a little bit about what's going on this year and how we're going to go about doing things. This is for both the in-person classes and the virtual classes, so I'm going to talk a little bit about both of them as we go along so you can kind of see how we're going to organize things. So about me, I have lived in College Station for 40 years now. I've taught in College Station ISD off and on since 1984. I taught middle school earth science and computer literacy back in the 80s. I taught at Consol 1 year during that period of time, physical science, and then I stayed home when my kids were young and came back in 2002 to Consol teaching IPC and then biology. And I moved over here to CSHS in 2012 when we first opened the school, and so I'm a proud original Cougar teacher. I've been married for a long time. My husband Bill is a retired judge and lawyer, and my kids are grown. They both graduated from Consol, and Austin is 34, almost 34, and he is lives here in town and works at Kentmore Cabinets in Bryan. Caroline is 29, almost 30. She lives in Tyler and is a writer and has a business doing aquariumscapes. So just a little bit about my family. Been here for a long time. About AP Biology, this is the book that we use, Campbell Biology in Focus. We'll also use AP Classroom from the College Board and also Mastering Biology, which is associated with your textbook. You can also check out a study guide from the book room or purchase your own if you want to. The study guides that we have in the book room for you to check out from the book room are aligned with the 2012 College Board curriculum, and there's a new curriculum that we started in 2019. The basic concepts are still the same. I think that book would help you just fine, but if you want to purchase your own, I would recommend trying to find the one that was published in 2020 because it's more aligned with the current curriculum. The books only cost, I think, about $15 to $20. I don't really know exactly what the cost is, but if you're interested in doing that, we can probably find out how to order one for you. You will need to use the College Board account to join the AP Classroom. Okay, AP Classroom is something that's put out by the College Board that has access to study materials and to questions and quizzes and things like that. The join codes for the classes are listed here. And I'll also have them posted in Schoology, so you don't have to worry about getting it here. But fifth period, both in-person and virtual, will have the same join code that's listed here, and same thing for eighth period. Both eighth period virtual and eighth period in-person will have the same join code. If you don't have a College Board account, you need to create one. You can go to myap.collegeboard.org and create an account there. An AP number is something that you're going to have this year, so if you haven't done that yet, then go ahead and get it done. There's a link to the AP Classroom User Guide in the materials folder in Schoology, in the Schoology course, and so you can use that to figure out how to navigate yourself through there. There is a link. Yeah, the link is there in the materials. There will be personal progress checks that will be assigned in AP Classroom for each unit. Those are to help you make certain that you are understanding the necessary concepts and content for that unit. And then virtual students will need to install the College Board's lockdown browser on your personal computers or your tablets. It doesn't work on a phone, but you do need to install it on your computer so that will facilitate my being able to use secure AP questions on tests for you. I'm not sure exactly how tests are going to work for virtual students. We'll have to figure that out as we go along. We've got a couple of things that we're discussing in terms of how to handle the testing situation. And I'll provide the information about downloading the lockdown browser in Schoology as well. We are also going to use Mastering Biology, which goes along with your textbook. You will each get a little folder that has the information about creating a Mastering Biology account and utilizing Mastering Biology. There will occasionally be assignments in there, but mostly it's for your reading and studying purposes. There is an e-text that you can access that way. You do not have to read the text online, but you have the ability to do that if you need to. I don't expect you to carry your text, those of you in physical in the physical on-site classes, I do not expect you to carry your book to class because we rarely will use the book in class, and I have some copies that you can refer to if you need to. But there's a study area with video tutorials and simulations, practice tests, vocabulary, flashcards, lots of tools that you can use to help you succeed in biology class. I've already assigned scheduled readings for the first unit. That's chapters 1, 2, and 3 in your book. And just so you'll know, the first test is going to be on Monday, August the 31st. Sounds like it's pretty quick. It's not that bad, but you do need to be prepared for that. So get busy, started reading as soon as you can. You can read either from the physical textbooks or from the e-text in Mastering Biology. To do those scheduled readings is really just to help you keep on track. It is not a grade, but it is just help you keep on track with what the assignments are, what the expectations are for that particular unit. We will follow the College Board's course and exam description. There are 8 units in AP Biology. You see them listed here, and we'll be covering them in order using the College Board curriculum guidelines. Class rules, not very much in the way of rules, just basically treat other people the way you want to be treated, be respectful to each other, to me, to the classroom, and come to class prepared. Make sure that you have done your assignments and have them turned in when they're due. Late work isn't accepted, so that's important for you to take care of. Complete assignments on time and turn them in. Work cooperatively in labs and in group assignments. There'll be a lot of group work on various things throughout the year. Makeup work is your responsibility. Do not expect me to chase you down and say, well, when are you going to do this? If you have UIL absences or other planned absences, then you will know ahead of time when you're going to be gone, and you can check and see if there's anything you can do ahead of time, or at least make sure that you get it done and turn it in when you return. All other absences, you can check your assignments in Schoology. We're going to have a folder system in Schoology this year that'll have everything available to you as far as the assignments and expectations for each day. Absence the day before a test is not an excuse to delay the test. If you're waiting until the day before the test to study for that test, then you're going to have a hard time keeping up and remembering things anyway. It's really important that you spend a little time along the way. If you spend 30 to 40 minutes a day, or a couple of days reading and or studying, taking notes and going over your notes, you're going to be in much better shape when it comes time for a test than you will if you wait till the day before. If you wait till the day before, you're probably already behind. So just so you know, keep up with it every day and you'll probably do fine. This is an AP class, and that means, of course, that your semester average is worth 10 points more than it is in on-level classes. You all probably know that already. But remember also that you'll never see that 10 points on your report card or on your transcript. It only is used to calculate your grade point average, which is used to determine your class rank. You do also have to make 75 or greater for the semester for that 10 points to be added in for your grade points. So making a 74 or a 73 or just barely scraping by with a 70 is not going to get you that boost to your grade points that you'll get if you have 75 or greater. So keep that in mind as well. Academic achievement grades in AP classes are worth 80% of your 6 weeks average. Tests will count as 3 grades. They're triple the weight. Labs and other projects will count either 1 or 2 academic achievement grades depending on the lab. Some labs require a whole lot more. They're more elaborate, spend more time on, and require a lot more processing and so forth, and so they'll be worth more, whereas more simple ones will probably just be 1 grade. Academic practice grades are worth 20% of your 6 weeks average, and this includes daily assignments and quizzes and other worksheets, most of which will be worth 1 grade, but sometimes there might be some that might be worth more depending on what we do. You have to bring your own supplies to class. In the past, I've had paper and pens and pencils and things like that available for you to use, but we're not doing that this year because of the danger of passing on the virus and other germs to each other, and so you're responsible for bringing your own. So you need to provide your own paper, pencils, scissors, glue sticks, pencils, markers, rulers, that kind of stuff. Anything that you use in the classroom of mine you will have to be sanitized before you leave class, just like the tables will have to be sanitized as well. So if we bring your own materials, that will save us some time in class that we won't have to spend on cleaning up afterwards. We will use calculators. We do a fair amount of statistics in this class, and so we will use calculators. If you have your own calculator, of course, you're welcome to use that. You can use the one on your phone. I also have some TI-84 pluses that you may use, but remember, if you use one of my calculators, you're going to have to sanitize that as well. I will not grade notebooks. That is not my thing. I do not grade notebooks. However, I do reserve the right to check your notes from time to time if I think it's necessary. If I see that you're not performing as well as I think you should be able to, I'll probably want to look at your notes to make sure that you are being effective in taking your notes. You can use your own laptop or tablet to take notes. That's fine if you want to, but keep in mind that studies have shown that handwritten notes are actually a much more effective way of learning. You are definitely encouraged, if you're in the in-person class, you're encouraged to bring your computer or tablet to class, because I plan to do pretty much everything on Schoology and submit things electronically to avoid having to handle papers. I'm old. I'm probably more at risk at catching COVID-19 than you are, and or at least more at risk of having complications from it. So I want to keep safe. I want to keep you safe as well, and hopefully you can help keep me safe. Everything's going to be available in Schoology. We had this folder system set up this year that you'll have a weekly folder that gives you the weekly outline of what we're going to do, as well as daily folders with the daily agenda of what's required. You will take your own notes in this class. I don't generally lecture in class. There are a few times I lecture about more complex things, but most of the time your notes are on you, and they're based on your reading, using guiding questions to help you focus on what you need to learn out of the chapters. The success in this class depends to a great deal on the quality of your notes and how well you're reading and processing the information there. Like I said before, I do reserve the right to look at your notes if I think that you are not performing as well as you should be able to perform, to make sure that and maybe I'll give you a critique about, you need to spend more time doing such and such about taking your notes. I don't plan to lecture very much in class. I will be posting some lecture videos on Schoology, but they'll mostly be overviews, and they will definitely not be the something that you can use as the only source of your learning of your notes in this class. You definitely need to use the book. I have guiding questions that I provide for you for every unit that tells you what you need to focus on in that particular chapter, what kinds of things you need to look at, the kinds of questions you may need to ask about that particular information. But please do not think that because there are questions you need to just answer the questions and that's taking notes. That's not what taking notes is. The questions are there to help you guide your understanding and guide your processing of that information. So make sure you use them as they're intended to be used, instead of making them like an assignment that you have to turn in. If you're beginning the year virtually or at home, or end up at home because of personal or family illness, then it's going to be necessary for you to interact with course materials every single day to be counted as present. That's one of the requirements for being in virtual or at-home learning. You have to interact with the course materials every day. I will indicate on the daily lesson plans which particular things you will need to do that day to get credit. Sometimes some activities may take you a little bit longer than others, but I guarantee you there'll be something every single day that you can submit or have available for me to check. Lots of different things we can do. Like for instance, if I have some notes videos that I put into Edpuzzle with some embedded questions, so you can watch the video and answer the questions, and I'll be able to get notification of that. That would count for your attendance. There might be a Schoology quiz or a test, or there might be a worksheet or a lab activity that you need to do. Lots of different things we can do. There will be Zoom meetings. I do not know yet when or how often we have to do that. I would say at least once or twice a week we'll probably have a Zoom meeting, but I'll have to let you know more about that after I find out the details from the administration. But make sure that that you're keeping up with expectations. Just because you're at home doesn't mean that you can lay around and just click a couple of things here and there and be done. This is not the same as it was in the spring. This is actually the full-on rigorous learning. Okay, it's not just kind of a stopgap measure like we had in the spring because we all got caught unawares with the virus. So the expectations of being at home and learning virtually are going to be the same as they are if you were in class. No less than it would be in class for sure. Tutorials. So there are, let me put this out of the way for a minute. There are tutorials. You can get bonus points for doing tutorials. Some of you in pre-AP biology or pre-AP chemistry probably took advantage of the availability of AP tutors in that course, and guess what? You get to be AP tutors now as well. I am generally here before 7:30 in the morning, but students can't come in until 7:45. However, if you need to come in to ask questions or to study or something like that, then just ask me ahead of time and I can provide you a pass. Passes this year will be electronic, so I'll be able to do that relatively easily. Just let me know. If you let me know the night before, that would be easier. I'm generally here till about 4:30 in the afternoon. Same thing, you can still come in if you need to ask questions or study. And you'll still have to have a pass for that, but you can ask for that in class. If I'm not here or you can't find me or whatever, and you have a question about something biological, then you can definitely ask one of the other biology teachers. We have a number of other biology teachers in the school. Coach Munson, Coach Isbell, Miss Garcia, Mr. Burno, Miss Hernandez, and Coach Locklear all teach biology at some level or another. Dr. Lindahl teaches anatomy and physiology, and all of them are capable and qualified and willing to help you if you need help. You can get bonus points for tutoring other biology students, okay, and possibly also pre-AP chemistry and possibly physics. We'll have to see what that is. Bonus points, a lot of my AP students depend on the bonus points to bring their averages up. 1 hour of tutoring equals 1 point, and the points add on to your 6 weeks average. You can gain up to 5 points every 6 weeks, and that'll add straight onto your average. If you have a 90 average for the 6 weeks and you have 5 bonus points for tutoring, you will have a 95 on your report card. The tutorials have to be supervised by a teacher, and we're working on a way that we can do the tutorials via Zoom this year, and so we'll take care of that. I'll tell you more about that when I have more details. All right, so that's all I have to say today. Let me just say that I'm looking forward to spending time with all of you and getting to know you better, or at all if I haven't met you before. We're going to have a great year learning about biology. AP Biology is a lot of fun. We have a great time in biology. We also learn a lot, and generally my students do very well on AP exams and end up getting college credit for their hard work. Even if you choose not to take the exam, you'll probably still be able to do very well when you get to college and take freshman biology. So we'll hope to see you soon in one format or another, either in person or online. And I will look forward to seeing you, and take care. Bye.